What can we go here for KP? They don't really have what we're looking for. They can flex the Tusk and the Lion, so at least their support duo with KP can be a little bit more flexible, but kind of a way to get on top of the AA, start the fights as well is something they need.
Dire team
Yeah, I'm looking at the heroes.
Okay.
Maybe something like
Oh, they just picked up Brew.
Radiant team
Brewmaster.
ban.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's what we're looking for. A good team fight. And it suits KP as well. One of his micro heroes.
Is it a bit too slow though, and kind of cooldown reliant, as kind of we were anticipating Motivate to kind of push the tempo now with this Darkseer?
Maybe that's the new build on Brewmaster though. That isn't
5
cooldown reliant
seconds
anymore. Where you
remaining.
go to like Aghanim's Refresher. If you get that, of course.
Yep.
But once you get this Aghanim Scepter double ult, you're basically always in there.
Can
I
they
do think again, it's a good anti-mage game.
Invoker here for SMG? Purge for the Darkseer can... I mean, I guess... Not really, that's too much anti-synergy, but Brew does like going for Earn. But I feel like you need
They
kind of...
I just want to have some more solid stuns if possible. Like a Dragon Knight or something like that.
Even into AA, that you're not too worried about the Ice Blast?
I think you just want to be able to initiate, because your Brewmaster won't build a Blink Dagger. Your Tusk will take a long time to get one, same as Lion. And Dragon Knight is only afraid of A until BKB. After that, he doesn't really care a whole lot.
5 seconds
Lanes decently into Mars. You get some tower pressure going, is what you're lacking. Death Prophet is also pretty good, but of course against an A as well. You have to snowball save though, against the ult at least. So that's something.
Radiant team pick.
Wyvern middle again. Okay.
Back into the Moon Wyvern. Alright. Now my
I think now
query...
anti-mage looks even better.
So if there's ever an anti-mage game, calling it? This one?
Aim is good. You don't want to pick
10
Ursa or
seconds
Troll or
remaining.
anything like that against Wyvern. You want to have a carry that can jump on top of him. There aren't many
5
left.
seconds remaining.
Aim is pretty much the only one. Because even if he cold embraces himself, you can mana avoid him to kill him. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of other great heroes, to be honest. Luna.
Choose your hero.
Not a fan at all.
What don't you like about the Luna getting picked up here from Motivate?
I mean, it's good for the early game tempo that they're bringing, but it's not a great matchup against Dusa. It's not a great matchup against Wyvern. Like, I guess they're relying on the Clock and Darkseer to go on the Wyvern, but the Mars Arena Wyvern can just fly over. He can fly over the cogs. Like, how do you actually get on top of him now?
Yeah, it feels like if you're not being able to kind of displace him with the vacuum, then Moon's going to have a relatively decent time to be able to get back to safety. They don't have at least the easiest way to start fights on SMG and kind of have a hero to sit on the front line. So, you know, there might be a window where Motivate can really use this to their advantage and kind of run this over. It is also a Darkseer mid as well. So we're going to see Fearless picking that one up.
Darkseer. All right.
So
haven't seen that one in forever. It's pretty decent against Wyvern though. Like, you have decent wave clear, but not enough to kill the Iron Shell creeps.
Yeah, and then last hitting under tower as a Wyvern too is not going to be as fun.
Yeah, I mean, you can make up for it a little bit by buying Quelling Blade, which is pretty cheap damage nowadays. And then it's gonna be A-okay. But yeah, it will once again depend on the early game tempo, I think. Late game should go to the Dire pretty convincingly. With like these 4 brew splits, Wyvern, Dusa. But only if they get there without getting stomped out of the early game.
Yeah, that's my worry. I mean, you've got two heroes that can take a little bit to come online. I mean, we did see previously Moon went for this Witchblade first, so potentially he might go the same route again just to have a little bit more impact at the earlier stage. But is there a side that has a little bit better of a lane matchup? Because we were saying motivating in game 1, they had stronger lanes here. Is it any different in the second game?
So let's see. I don't know how good Darkseer middle is. I haven't seen it in a long time. So it's a question mark for me. Brew, what is it? Brew Tusk. They should lose to Luna AA. And then you have Mars Clock, who should lose to Lion Dusa. If they don't get caught out of position. So I think this early game should go to SMG as well. But then the real test is when all these 6s hit. Like Clock, Mars, AA. They have a lot of tools to work with. And at the same time, we have to see how much damage Brewmaster can deal with his first split. Because it's always the really important one. Can you start snowballing? Can you get your items up fast? Because if you start owning early game, you get that fast Aghanim Scepter, fast refresher. You have like 2 minutes worth of Brewmaster splits.
Yeah, and then you take a look in fights. I mean, you're just cycling up the Luna. Like, the damage
or
once...
the Darkseer even.
Yeah. Yeah, because that hero just with his utility and constant surges, iron shells, the item that he goes for, it's going to make it very difficult here. I mean, it's just like once Motivate use all their abilities, then there won't be much left apart from the Luna. Like Ice Blast down, Arena down, Wall down. Like what are you really going to do afterwards if it's not Jackie that's kind of carrying them through this? So
yeah, gotta say though, the Wyvern is gonna be very hard to reach. What is the actual attack range with the thing on? 575. So you have 1,000 attack range permanent pretty much with the Aghanim Scepter. And they have 1 hookshot again on top of him. A couple of blink daggers later, but we spoke about it. You just fly out of the cogs for free. You fly out of the arena for free. Like you can't even get speared in the arena once you have Aghanim Scepter because your flight is permanently active, and you will just get clipped out of the arena. It's gonna be tough if they make it to late game.
And you also have the Tusk as well. So if you do somehow get caught, then if Arfu is able to find enough farm on the position for Tusk, then he potentially has a blink dagger just to be this kind of saving grace here.
Yeah, I like the lineup of the die quite a bit. But then again, like last game, the draft was decent as well. It's just, are the pieces gonna come together this time around or not?
Yeah, they're just gonna give 2 kills away for free before the creeps hit the wave. It's a kind of a question we've got to ask.
So Dusa went for full stats, Quelling Blade to be able to last hit. I'm really intrigued about his mid Darkseer. Like, there's something I like to do. Just play random heroes mid lane, see how it goes. I've had a lot of success with my mid CM.
I mean, the high level... Wait, is mid CM actually a thing?
Yeah, it's not bad. Like, you have permanent mana for your Nova. You get a fast BKB for your ult. It's actually pretty good.
Do you get the...
It's risky, but if it works, of course you get the shot.
Yeah.
30 seconds to battle.
Dude, I even had... There was this one game I had a Lycan offlane, and he went
and
axe, and he bit me with a shard. I went so ham in teamfights, dude. You can't even imagine.
Let's go. You can't do anything.
I went so ham in teamfights. Like, the enemy Terrorblade just ran away from me. He couldn't fight me.
No, sorry, brother. You're not getting away from a CM that's wolf bitten, running at you with ultimate. Just yeah, it's that's like
getting plus 20 armor in the process.
That's
very
no
nice.
Fun. What a
yeah,
what
like
a
I did a lot of like mid lion and stuff. I like
That's
to experiment.
fun.
Mid shaman.
It's shaman.
A lot of good stuff.
That's a hero we are not seeing a whole lot right now. Shaman is taking a bit of a back seat.
Yeah, Lion stole his spotlight, unfortunately.
I mean, we've seen teams like, okay, Lion's not available. Let's try the Shaman, and then as soon as they go for it, they're like, oh yeah, there's a good reason why this hero's not getting picked.
Yeah, let's not go Shaman anymore.
It's not the greatest here. I do want to see how Fearless is able to play around his team. I mean, he's going to get a very, very fast, probably level timing on all these abilities. You know, max out Surge, sorry, I should say max out Iron Shell, and then relatively high levels in Surge as well. And you've got a Mars, you've got a Clockwork heroes that would love to have all these bonuses on the hero at the early game. So, you know, I do want to see how they want to play around this extra kind of experience lead that the Darkseid is going to have.
Yeah. I'm also interested to see his item build. Is he just gonna go for that fast accept that we always see? Or is there something special planned?
I mean, I only saw it once, and it was one from one of the EU teams. I can't remember if it was upper or lower, but he went Ags last time I saw the Darkseid mid. I think
that's the best build to go as well.
Yeah.
You can just push out waves so easily.
It's just actually ridiculous how much it gives you. I think more teams also have to start blocking this small camp around mid. Like, we saw it a little bit through the qualifiers, the major as well, teams were starting to, but like, you can just farm it at such an incredible rate, and you know, it gives you a little bit of gold, but the experience is a big thing.
Yeah, I agree. Like, the gold bonus it gives is pretty insane. Sorry, experience bonus. Like, for some reason, it's just off in the jungle. Like, you get so much levels, not necessarily gold.
It's hero. Is he gonna keep his life? The Salve is falling low. KP as well. But Arfu, he'll find the kill. And he's gonna try and scurry back to the tree line. Unfortunately, KP will lose his courier, but they'll both keep their life. SMG picking up first blood.
Well done by them. And it's a decent start for our little task. But Brewmaster is struggling, as we expected.
So is
Only
mid
1100
one.
net worth.
Mid one's dead here, actually. Really nice combo. Cogs into spear just makes it that much easier. If you position kind of around the middle of the lane, sometimes we see it's awkward for a Mars to get that spear connection, but when you've got this set up with the Clockwork, these two melee heroes are able to chase down the Deucer, and this is a lane that you thought actually might go in the favor of SMG.
Yeah, they need to make sure they don't get caught out of position. Like, they gotta play the range game. I would have loved it if they put like a ward, you know, just under the tower there, like in the little tree line, just to be able to see the Clockwork coming in and out. Cause if you play the range game, you right-click them. Yeah, very well done. That's exactly
That
what I
wasn't
meant.
me. What do you mean?
I know,
How do you know?
but because you wouldn't understand me.
What?
Yeah, you don't understand my feelings.
Oh, Fu, that's...
But I'm surprised they didn't do it, man. Why didn't they do it? It's what you usually do against double melee lane as a double range lane. Huh. Well, paid the price for it. Hopefully Deucer can recover. But right now he's struggling big time.
Because Lion's not going to be the hero that wants to kind of scout out the positioning. Sometimes we see, like, in a side lane, there's almost two 1v1s as the support's battling the other support, then the core is going against the other core. And this is where the support can often give that information of the enemy team's forward's positioning just to prevent a kill threat. But like you're saying, I mean, you're against two melees. Rogi does not have that capability. If you get caught out, even though it did go boots first, you know, wanting a little bit extra movement speed, it's not going to matter in a lane like this. And he's going to be careful because Q does have 2 points battery sold. He just goes through the wrong path of the tree line there.
Yeah. Clockwork is always really scary against these like AAs and Lions, and they catch out a Tusk potentially. Does he have level in vacuum? He does not.
Surge up your... Okay. Thought he was going to surge Q up to chase down Arfu. So he's not going to. Phyllis? He's doing very well last hit. So is Moon, though. Looks like he's playing a little bit more for the jungle. They do have to unblock their small camp as well, but I'm going to give
Moon's
Q...
net worth is pretty insane.
I guess Fearless has put a lot more emphasis on the sustain. I mean, he's got bottle, but Potentially some regen afterwards. Fearless. Snowball's a little bit too late. He still tries to turn around the dish out an Iron Shell on Q. I mean, it's going to cost him his life. Probably still would have died nonetheless. And while Q's also going to join him in the afterlife as Rogi showing up here. They'll make him work for it. There's no target that he can splinter blast to. Is Q actually... Okay, Q just runs away.
Yeah, you can see the weakness of the Wyvern. Without your Arctic Burn, you're a tickle machine at this point of the game, at least. And Moon is getting very big, and he is sort of the winning condition for them, especially in this early game.
Kill KP. Fu. It's a nice one for KP to pick up. He's already had a better start to this game than we saw previously. This raider was probably up to 4 deaths already, but he's only got 11 last hits, so still not looking too solid on the Brewmaster. He is the lowest net worth out of all the cores, and in fact, even the Tusk is neck and neck.
An icy chill restores.
This sort of reminds me when KP was still in TNC. Every time he was a sacrificial off lane, and it really cost him, because especially in this patch, your off lane is the one that is supposed to enable your team. In mid game, Fearless again.
Are they able to bring down Fearless? Back, but they have a hero to play with now with the Splinter Blast as Moon gets that little bit of burst. Fearless will fall, and they really need all the abilities coming through from the Darks here in these early fights. So to bring him down like that allows SMG to reset after getting a clean trade.
Mid Darkseer so far not really working out. Wyvern free farming, getting a lot of kills. He's very close to his travels already.
Oh boy.
Rock it on.
And we said how free of a game for a Wyvern it really is.
I mean, maybe... Do you feel like they have to ward pretty aggressively from Radiant around the mid lane and just send like your Clockwork there plus A and just dive him consistently? Or are they still just now at a spot where they've kind of thrown a couple of kills away and he's had such a good start, it's too difficult?
That's what we said though, like it's so hard to dive him because you can't cog him in place. You just fly over it. And he has Winter's Curse now as well. To kind of combat that. Just look how much damage he deals to the Darkseer. And that's pre any items, pre level 10. They might have a window now that Arctic Burn is on cooldown, but Lion is already there to protect him. Oh, Clock looks pretty dead.
Poor old Q. Pretty much in no man's land. And he was trying to get a solo kill on Rogi like we see so consistently on the 4s against the supports. Meanwhile, KP does get brought down bot. Jackie is going to dish out his first Eclipse of the game. That's also the first death for KP's Brewmaster.
It's very worrying though, like this Beastmaster is a vital component of the success, and he's absolutely shut down again. Same network as the Tusk pretty much.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it feels like it's been KP's playstyle though for such a long time, but it's... We've never...
It's the wrong one for this patch though.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, you don't really see any other team do this ever.
Honestly...
Like, unless you're against a really strong duel lane, like Lich Juggernaut or something, sure. But most of the time, the offlane... I mean, look at the Mars. Sure, yeah. Dusa is farmed, but so is the Mars.
Yeah, we're going to see Masteros's impact is be a lot higher. And now you can just scale as well at this stage. Like, Mars can keep up in farm, whereas... What's Brew? How's he going to be able to farm? I mean, your earns at what the stats can bring you is nice, so you have a little bit of mana regen to help with the Thunderclap, but this is a super late earn, especially with how early he's wanted to pick it up.
It's a little bit worrying though that the Wyvern is really this big.
Oh, nice shards from Arfu. That was really, really cool shards. I mean, at least now KP, he's got the ulti, and you were saying that first ultimate from the Brewmaster is quite often the one where it can really tell the tale of how his game's going to fare. You can kind of start to snowball your net worth, snowball your items. If you have a good first use of the ultimate, or if it goes poorly, then your game can really start to fall off a cliff. So we'll keep eyes on KP on how he wants to utilize that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's gonna be very important. I'm not sure why they didn't stay bottom to pressure the tower more. I think it would have been like destroyed already if they all were just hitting it. Would have been a very important pickup. And Mars is pressuring top tower at the same time.
Radiant's
Darkseid are rotating there as well.
is under attack. Dire's top tower is
Yeah,
under
because if you take that tier 1 bot, then you can probably TP KP to the top lane. He's, again, has split that he wants to use, then you can then defend that tower, but looks like they're just wanting to maximize their farm efficiency across the map instead of taking these objectives, which in fact they're still not going to get as Q defends the bottom tier 1, but we do have a fight breaking out. A lot of ultimates used here. Jackie's still going to get caught. Moon, solo curse, but that's enough to allow the Broodlings to stand on top of him, and they're also tanking up the Eclipse, so Jackie pays a hefty price there.
Yeah, overstaying is welcome. Darkseid TP'd out just in time, so at least it's only the Luna they lose, but it's a big kill.
Meanwhile, I mean, mid ones haven't quite the time, just freely farming at the triangle, all the space that his team's able to provide. Radiant, they do want to use this timing with the ultimates on cooldown. They won't even be able to catch out Arfu. Great snowball target, he dodges the spear. Ice Blast just gets the connection, but the follow-up damage is lacking at the moment. And now SMG, they've got the +1 factor because Moon, his TP's back up with the Boots of Trouble. So MG.Trust, he'll attempt to TP out. They will not have a way to cancel it, Rogi. Just a little too late with the finger. That spear into the TP out. Nice heads up there from MG.Trust.
Yeah, if Zahandu comes, he is definitely dead. But manages to TP out just in time. Now Mid under pressure, but again, you can't hook him. I mean, you're hooking him, but what's gonna happen next? He's gonna fly out.
Fly away. And now Q's just dead. Yeah, like, okay, maybe that wasn't a play. I mean, Phil's still gonna come through, back into Ice Blast, potentially Moon. Oh no! They stood still. They're like, oh, let's just stay kind of in the vicinity around the vac. Hope there's no Ice Blast flying forward.
Yeah, they played the game off. Let's not move from the spot for 10 seconds and see what happens.
Very good. I mean, that's...
I like that game a lot. It usually doesn't end up too well, though. Still, Dusa is free farming. Wyvern is still big. So, it was a little blunder, but not super impactful. So usually we see Midas into Axe on the Brewmaster, but so far he chose to not go for the Midas.
Who they caught? Mid one's very far away from any help. I mean, KP will try, but he is ultra dead. He's definitely not fine.
Let the skies take you.
It's a tactical feat.
Tactical feat. Yeah, who's okay, that's what it is. You've what? Arfu just ran through. They should know they're there. He just ran through the wall. And Jack is here too. Would you right now, if you're this Luna, where do you want to be farming on the map with a free triangle camp?
Wait, this pause is awkward.
It is.
Because he's snowballing on him already. Does he have to follow up? There's a lion. If Brewmaster splits right away, maybe he can reach. I told you already, like, if you're Luna, you have no business down here. That's, like, I don't know why. Like, he hasn't been to the triangle in, like, a good 3 minutes.
Ooh.
It's just, like, you're wasting so much time by TPing down there. Maybe he wanted to TP there to help to kill the Medusa, but you always gotta look in Dota, what is my job? Your job is not to kill the Medusa right there. Your team got that. Your job is to get really far ahead of the Medusa in terms of net worth. You're not supposed to be behind her.
Well,
and now he might die, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Mask of Madness. Let's see how speedy he's going to be. I mean, the team's trying to connect. We'll chuck out the ulti, but with the Finger of Death. And let's see if Motivate have their own answer. Arena's dropped KP. Still gets the ultimate off. The spear too late for Mastros. Now, KP is going to be okay. They might look to disengage, or will they, though? Moon, once again, with the +1 effect, thanks to the Boots of Travel. It's able to enable them to kill off Q. They've also purged the Darkseid Surge, so he will not get back to safety. There's a great use of KP's ultimate. They're going to be careful with the vacuum. Still gets the Ice Blast connection onto multiple heroes, secures a kill on Arfu, but it forces them to group up for a double Winter's Curse. And now they're still kind of playing their limits here. on SMG with all these
Yeah.
ultimates on cooldown. You've got to be careful. As Master still, he doesn't have any help now. Spear connection with the Iron Shell extra tick damage that will find the kill. He's got some one charges, has a Fairy Fire as well, and Fearless is still nearby with another Surge available. Looks like that's all she wrote. So I don't want to go too far with the potential of these tier 1 tower TP points.
Yeah, and now Luna is in the correct place, farming away a storm as well, but Dusa still quite far ahead because of course he didn't die.
Dire's top tower is
I mean, he
under
also got
attack.
picked off, of course, but a while ago. And Surge again. Afu in a little bit of trouble. No cogs though.
Do it with
And just walk away.
Master Spear. Oh, no, Master
Everything with.
Oh.
That's tip worthy. Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, you had to draw the tip there.
That was like a little bit of hesitation with the tip. Like, I feel like KP just, I mean, he's a nice guy, but you still gotta tip him.
You gotta tip when you gotta tip, man.
Yeah, you just have to. Honestly, I feel like if a player has an opportunity to tip and he doesn't, I question him more. Like, what are you doing? That's prime opportunity. Just tip the guy.
Yeah, you're gonna cause the mental damage. Dota is mental warfare.
Afu.
More like waifu.
What'd you say?
Oh, that was a freebie. How's Darkseid looking? He should have a scepter soon. 200 gold. That's gonna be a big health boost to the entire team. Or Q is just dead. Yeah.
This is.
Balanced hero. He hit him once, and then he cursed him, and then he died.
Radiant's bottom
Was
tower
that-
is under attack.
Did he have level 12 before that kill?
No.
It's no good. Got a lot of experience for that. I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, clock is decently high level, 7. Not bad.
lowest
How's
level in the
Jackie
game.
looking though?
Jackie's almost got BKB. Oh, sorry, he's only got
Moon.
one component. Moon.
Radiant's bottom tower
This is
is
a
under
window
attack.
now. Archiburn's on cooldown. Oh, the early blink! Tuskar to the rescue, but they've still in a choke point where they can drag it back with the vacuum. A great fight from Motivate. They find a big kill. I mean, the Winter Wyvern was starting to get at a spot where it's going to be very difficult to deal with them. And now they have the Aghanims on Fearless as well. So this could be a window here from Motivate. They can
Dire's
take
middle
a
tower is
tower,
under
potentially another fight afterwards
Dire's
to
structures
grant
are
them a little bit of gold income in the bank.
Yeah, look at how much health all these heroes have now. Like, clock was sitting at 1800. It's pretty insane.
Dire's middle tower.
How much health is it?
Dire's
300, right?
middle tower
300
has
health.
fallen.
Damn.
Again,
More
with
than a
a
vitality booster.
so crazy the cooldown on it too.
Hey, you dropped the item. Don't forget it.
Q?
Dire are
Hey!
scanning.
That's a pretty good
Guys?
item.
It's a super good item.
What are they doing? We saw that last game, but
They're
Dire
gonna
was
pick
still.
it up now.
Oh no!
Wyvern's breath.
Deuce is gonna love that. Are they gonna?
Okay, I didn't see that.
There's
Didn't
no
see that.
way Radiant still find that. Fight might break out. Smoked up Mastros. Great spot, but an instant observer ward dropped on the high ground. They've used the curse. Targeting down the Mars, and if they can bring him down before the ultimate, which they will be able to do so successfully, it costs SMG 2 of their heroes. And now with no extra stun lock, the rest of
Blessings upon a
Motivate
loyal warrior.
can reset here.
Oh, Deuce's going.
KP? Ulti on cooldown for another 30. It's pretty speedy. But Q's just able to get that first initial tick of the battery cell, and that's all he needs. Still, the numbers are coming over though. I'll drop the finger of death. Roger finds a solo kill. Meanwhile, Arthur and Mid-One will deal with the secondary support. As Motivate just get caught out, disconnected on the retreat.
Ah, Mid-One's gonna find it now. No! No! No way!
Arthur should be. It's like, oh, I don't want to be there, Mastros, actually. All right, we
Radiant
got
There's
it.
nobody
scanning.
going there. Like it's such a
Alfu's gonna
normal
see
spot
it.
to go to.
Alfu's gonna see
Alfu's
it.
like,
Unless he blinks away from it. No
What?
way. What? There's no chance Radiant still get this. Ice Blast mid. KP's gonna be careful. Tusk, can he protect him once again? He can. They'll dodge the Ice Blast. Oh, this early blink on Alfu, but still hook shot. Maybe the snowball's not enough. They'll kill off KP, but it costs the life of Q.
You lasted this long.
Medusa found it.
Did she?
Wyvern's breath.
No, I'm just kidding. She has her own.
Oh, now it's not even
There's a
worth
chance
it.
Radiant might actually find it. Like if they invade now, master us? No? Okay.
Alright, how does this game feel at the later stages with a Luna Medusa matchup? Is it very Medusa favored just because, again, the outrange capability?
Yeah. Medusa wins that pretty easily. You also have Winter Wyvern to back you up. But it depends. Like, Darkseer with Blink Dagger, if you can get like a good quad wall on the Medusa, that can turn the tides, of course. But generally, I would favor the Medusa.
That is the nice thing that Radiant have, this kind of team fight prowess, you know, vac into hookshot to Ice Blast, Arena, but you've got to be worried then, you know, using these abilities, if you collapse onto the enemy team in a fight once those ultimates are used, then maybe there's an even better curse, or mid one's just, you know, incredibly farmed through the roof and his split shots are just
Radiant's
ripping them
bottom
apart.
tower
So
is under attack.
is there a lineup that actually has an easy way to execute these fights?
Yeah, I would say Dia is easier to execute than Radiant. Like, they actually gotta get the proper connections, especially on the Wyvern, who now finishes Acceptor. He's gonna be way stronger as well. And we haven't really seen a team fight yet with Medusa, which is a little bit surprising, because he's kind of the hero that, you know, once Stone Gaze is activated, you gotta run.
Mid one has been farming incredibly well. Top of the last hits, 289. Skadi, Pike, Yasha completed here. Gonna smoke up SMG. See if they want to try and make the Radiant Triangle their home, if they've got any Observer Wards available. Arfu's got one Radiant. They're gonna go for their own smoke. That might have been underneath the Dire Observer Ward, so they're gonna be careful. KP in a great spot to pop it. No way to be able to cancel the Bruise split, so he gets the big ultimate off, and now with the Ice Blast passing through, Moon is in the middle of the arena, but again, he's still gonna have a way to get away with the Arctic Burn. Arena will expire with the walls crumbling down. Jackie's gonna try and wrap around in the backline, but instantly turned to stone. Jackie uses the BKB a little bit too late, but now with the Winter's Curse, they can solo kill him. A great use of the ultimate there from Moon. Mashros is chased down as well from the Skadi.
Dire's bottom tower is
And that
under
was
attack.
just a bit of a blunder there, as unfortunately for Motivate, smoking up underneath the Dire Observer Ward.
I still feel like it was pretty much the best case scenario for them, though. Sure, they didn't get the initial start of the fight like they wanted it, but they still got like a 4-man vacuum wall on top of a Mars Arena and Ice Blast, and they still lost. It just shows how strong this Medusa is right now, as well as the Wyvern. Like, Dusa ran in, or not Dusa, sorry. She ran in on the Luna and got instantly taken out. Okay, my telephone is ringing. Alright.
You got your food coming. Dinner time. Q. Dinner time for SMG. They're going to be able to get a kill. Maybe the Aegis seal mid one? No. Picks it up. Fearless, he was going for attempt to bring them back in this one, but that was not enough, as Clockwork just trying to draw the attention so he could snag the Aegis. Medusa's able to claim that one.
Radiant structures
This
are
is,
fortified.
And we're now a 4,000 net worth lead here for SMG. Is that 0? He should be okay. But is he okay? Moon is, he's so scary.
Radiant's top tower
Net
has
worth that
fallen.
he's got. I mean, Jackie is top of the core here from Motivate. He's going into these damage items. Crystal is completed. He wants that Sanjin Yasha next, but it's really worrying that I don't know if this Luna's going to be able to compete versus the raid boss that we see so far in the Medusa. Like, she's going to get to a stage where, I mean, she already might be at that stage. Just tricky scenario right now for Motivate. I mean, we have kind of been seeing though that their team fights. Yo, we're back.
We're back, man.
Nice, let's go.
You know, like, don't forget I'm still in prison.
Yeah, very true.
I feel this. Sahandu, cooldown. Does he have enough damage? He does.
Run them down.
Easy.
Masteros?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All right. You went in.
AA has Midas Shard. All late game here for the Ancient Apparition.
Wow, I didn't go Midas. What the hell? Okay.
Radiant's
Well,
middle
Brewmaster
tower
just finished his
has fallen.
Acceptor. And it's a long split duration.
Yeah, that's... I mean, the fact that KP is able to get to that stage, because he was not having the greatest lane. We saw that farm really start to tail off there for him.
Yeah. It's just looking really rough right now for the Radiant. Spear. Oh, he tried to spear him into the base, but he got stuck in the little crystal there. What the hell?
Good lane, who have they caught? AA, that's... Why are you outside the base? You can't be there. Not as an Ancient Apparition, not at all. Give them any hope to jump through. And we've seen these Ice Blasts earlier on in the game. It's been very impactful to help them get these kills, but...
Players here.
Just another freebie.
The game is, at this point, so hard to play for the Radiant. The teamfight is worse. Their carry potential is worse. Their map control is much worse. Their vision is worse. Like, it's... It will take them a lot of pickoffs to get back into this game. Do they have a dust? They have a sentry ward on the clock and a dust on Mars. Okay. If it catches a Wyvern, he's dead. But they won't.
See the couriers.
Oh, they will.
Oh, they see Moon. Oh,
Radiant's
Moon.
top tower
They need a
is
chain
under
locking down perfectly so we can't fly away.
Was not.
And they answer the question. Lockdown is there. Moon will fall. It's a big one to
Radiant's
find
top
there.
tower is under
597 gold for Masteros's Mars.
Yeah, but looking... This is kind of the pattern of SMG. Like, he didn't have to be there alone. Just go with your Dooster, get the top tower.
Oh no. Oh, Black, this is
smoke
not
coming in.
good. They're underneath an observer ward
Radiant's
too.
top tower has fallen.
They even got Medusa TPing in. Who do they want to jump? Simultaneous Darkseer along with Mars controlling both the cores right now. They'll take out the impact of the wall. They'll take out the impact of a potential arena as well. As mid one's got like beautiful blink to the northern side on Masteros. Okay, kind of cute, keeps his life, but nonetheless, Motivate do still lose two.
Yeah, good move by SMG, making full usage of the vision they have. The
Jackie?
sentry ward was just a little bit out of their range.
Okay.
Easy kill. Alright. Good night vision.
Ah.
Dire are
Wait, is he gonna
scanning.
try to farm more? It is pretty greedy.
He's running back. He can BKB TP. They start. Okay, Jackie. He's just getting ripped apart.
Doesn't even need
Oh
it.
my.
How many crits was that?
That was a
5?
lot of crits. And Top Moon is just gonna get a solo kill, I think. Or will he? Masteros? Who's killing who right now? Or who's
He's
stalking
still
who?
flying though.
Get the connection. I don't think this is enough damage just with the two. Moon's gonna drop the curse. He's still gonna be careful of the threshold. He eats a chilling touch, and that's enough to bring him down. KP a little bit too late with the primal split. And he should still be able to claim the kill on set 0, but that's the second death in a row there for Moon.
Yeah, I mean, just look at how split they are. Dusa, all by herself bottom. Wyvern was all by herself top. And
Radiant's
this is
bottom
just
tower
a
has
recurring
fallen.
story of SMG. Just stick together, make some moves together. Like, you don't need to play individually the entire time.
Yeah, like
Sure, you're still winning the game, but if you're facing a stronger opponent than Trust, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble.
they had the Aegis advantage as well, and they didn't even think about posturing high ground. I mean, you just sit mid one up there. If they jump him, you cold embrace, curse whoever that goes on him. I mean, you've got snowball save as well. Like, I feel like it's just so easy to get set up in a formation with the Aegis, but they, yeah, like you said, just don't group up.
They're not fans
Dire's
of
top
playing
tower is
together.
under attack.
They want to, they're working on the late game. They're giving Motivate
Sure, you have better late game, but if you can end the game earlier, you should always do that because late game is late game. It's very unpredictable. If Darkseid like somehow gets to level
Dire's top
25 in a
tower is
refresher
under
with a
attack.
quad wall, he gets 4 Medusa Illus.
Oh.
That's a lot of trouble potentially.
You been a fan of this position 2 Darkseid so far this game?
No. Kind of feels like a +3 Darkseid.
Dire's top tower
Didn't
is
really-
under attack.
Like if they had a Mars middle, I feel like he would have had much more impact on a Mars, and Darkseid would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what the Darkseid 2 gives you. Like, is the extra gold and experience buff up viable on this hero? Because it didn't... They were trying to play with him a little bit early on, but I feel like not enough.
I don't know if Fearless just didn't continue farming or what, but like he doesn't even have extra gold. I feel like there's offline Darkseid gold. Oh my god, Q is getting shredded. He can't move.
Nice sidestep.
Look, he can't move.
Oh, this is so sad to watch. Moon. It's just like, yep. I'll make it even more painful. Just sit in front of you, and he's even got a regen as well. Look at him just flying across the map. Wait, is that a solo kill?
Looks like it.
Set 0. Man's just bossed up. He's also dead. But, hey, late game ancient apparition. He's going Kaya.
We need to get an Aghanim Scepter as well.
Haste.
All in on the late game here. AA's, I don't know if you knew, Black, but AA is their win condition.
Hey, is insane late game. Masaros has the BKB, the
Seen him with
curse,
the
the
Cinder
curse.
Brew?
Oh, dude! Wow, I was close. Why does Wyvern Q with Axe give you extra movement speed, by the way? It's so stupid.
Very good question, Fearless. Okay, there is no follow-up. Mastros will finally jump in. They need to target down everyone but the Medusa. They're trying to do that at the moment with Rogi. Last little beam thanks to the Aghanim Shard. It's enough to claim that kill. The rest of SMG looking to connect now around mid.
Yeah, that beam cooldown is also silly. Basically 1 second downtime.
It's just another Aghanim Shard that gives you more than one thing, which is bonkers. Reduced mana cost. You got the glaives bouncing around. Huh?
Target it.
Yeah. So silly.
And it's off.
Well, it's another Roche going to SMG at least.
Dire are scanning.
But are they actually going to be posturing to cause some damage here? Their net worth is good, but if the game continues like this for like another 15 minutes or so,
Into the dire.
then your lead won't be that big anymore.
Who's taking a shard?
Should be Dusa.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded is too good.
It is bonkers. Radiant. They got scouted out underneath an observe ward after instantly jumping Set 0, who once again is caught out of position. And now they found Jackie on the backline though. This is the valuable target. Jackie needs the rest of the team to be able to protect him. They're putting the body on the line with a BKB TP up, but Moon's got the answer in the curse. Fearless was unable to surge him to safety, and now he's also going to look to be the next target. As KP's control cycloned up in the air and brought down to his demise as we're not done. Masteros, a quick TP out, Moon's damage not sufficient there against the bulwark,
Radiant's
but
middle tower is
looks
under
like 4
attack.
kills is all SMG needed now to
Radiant's
walk up the high ground.
fortified.
Yeah, this game is all but done, unfortunately. And this is what I mean. Like, if you draft yourself in a position where you're on a timer,
Radiant's middle
usually
tower
the
has
team
fallen.
underperforms.
Radiant's middle
Last game was
barracks are
SMG.
under attack.
This game was Trust. Because to be able to really fight against the clock,
Radiant's middle barracks
like
has
I feel like
fallen.
only like tier 1, tier
Radiant's
1.5,
middle barracks are under
1.5
attack.
teams can do it.
Radiant's middle
Because
barracks has
it's a
fallen.
lot of pressure on you, you know? You're gonna make a lot of mistakes if you can't
Radiant's
handle it.
bottom tower is under attack.
Do you like teams that have also a capability to go, like have some late game security when they're fighting against the clock?
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, I mean,
barracks are under
whenever
attack.
I drafted, I always made sure that we had the late game, or at least a chance to fight in the late game. But yeah, this game is all but over.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
When you don't have the favorable carry matchup, like what are you hoping for here on Jackie? I mean, 5 deaths, you can't have that in a game like this where you really need to kind of have an advantage, in fact, in the net worth over mid one. And we saw, I mean, Deuce was just farming a lot more around the triangle than what Jackie was. Got caught off a couple times and allowed SMG just to go ham.
Yeah, I gotta say I'm really surprised that they last pick Luna.
Q. One more attempt here. They're gonna try and target down the Medusa. Arena, along with the wall and Ice Blast, so heavy commitment. But he's still got the second life, so do you really want to use everything on a hero that can just respawn and trade your ulti for an extra life? That's not how this fight is going to pay out in their favor. As SMG, they'll kill off Mastros after Luna snowball deep inside the base as well, as we'll have to call it quits here, as we're going to have a tie in our first series of the night.
Yep, well played, SMG. They still had very obvious remnants of the last game, where just 2 individuals around the map again. But at least they came together when it mattered, and they punished a lot of Trust mistakes. I like Moon on his Wyvern. He's playing the hero very well. Just overall, the draft made a lot more sense. The team cohesion was better, and yeah, as I said, Trust was on the clock. If you're on the clock, you can't allow yourselves to make as many mistakes. They made quite a lot of them and ultimately had no chance.
Yeah, like you're saying, I mean, fighting against a clock is one story, and then still fighting against a team that, you know, has the prowess to turn it on sometimes, and that they did here for SMG. A solid performance overall. They get some comfort picks too with, like you were saying, I mean, Moon, his Winter Wyvern has been looking solid so far. You can never take away the KP Brew as well. So for SMG, their day is going to be done, but we've got Motivate still continuing on. They're going to take another series up against Army Geniuses, so this is going to be the first time we are seeing them, as they didn't play yesterday, but they're sitting 1-1 at the moment. They tied their series versus Galaxy Racer, which, all things considering, if you're looking at that series, Galaxy Racer, they're the team that has been pretty much unstoppable so far. So this could be an exciting match here, as Motivate still have some things to prove. So going to be a 20-minute break with our second series coming up soon.